So Kewl, it is one of those decks that I would feel comfortably going against Mermail, meaning that it is a deck that utilizes only hand traps, so it has at least a favorable matchup even if it goes second, instead of, for example, a branded strategy. However, when you see a normal summon of Atlantean Prince, it's always something that you need to be scared of.
Yeah, you can see Matthias immediately looking up and, you know, not being too happy with this. At least, you know, Kewl is one of those decks that can play a lot. So let's see if the interruptions will be enough.
And I mean, if you have Ash Blossom, where do you ask when your opponent just normal summon Atlantean Prince? Just go straight away? Or I mean, you can wait for Dragoon if he overextends with the first search.
Yeah, the problem is that, as we can see here, if they go for the Minstrel, which they do, then the Ash gets sniped. So I can also get behind this bet, let's say.
You can let him add with the Prince and then
Ash the
Dragoon.
Dragoon.
The Dragoon, yeah.
But the thing is, the Dragoon is what adds the Minstrel. So it's like a bit, you know, of an interesting decision. But anyways, now we are gonna take a look at the end. But it seems like Matthias is thinking, do we have something? Oh no, we pick up the cards. Wow, we don't want to reveal the information. And so Julius takes game one immediately.
And I mean, I find it completely reasonable when Mermail goes first and they have full access and knowledge to your hand. I don't see a way that Matthias could eventually win this, especially with an engine that is not as strong as Mermail, meaning the Kewl, and I think it was the correct call.
Brutal start, just 2 minutes to take game one. I guess at least you don't know what you're up against, so now, you know, do you even side?
I mean, this is what I was going to ask you. If, despite that it was an Ash Blossom that is pretty generic, if you can read that it is something that plays a lot of hand, because we see the community right now, if they utilize some hand traps, it will probably be Fugalos, Purulia, Troll and Lockbird. If you can, and maybe side deck the Ash Blossoms, can you just imagine that maybe a potential Kewl is there? Or because I think you can think
it's a good call.
You can tell that you are not probably against branded, because as it is now, brand they don't utilize Ash Blossom in the main deck.
No, I agree with you. There are quite a few decks that don't use the card. I don't know if you can exactly figure it out, but regardless, I think like looking at the deck, I think his side deck is pretty much generic no matter what he is up against. You can just side out some of, for example, the Minstrel and some of the more, you know, going for specific tools. And then he has some interesting cards which are pretty much good against almost every deck, like Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm. So it shouldn't be that difficult for him to side deck. On the other end, I mean, if I'm Matthias, I'm already thinking about game 3 and how I will be able to win that one. But for now, let's stay in the present.
And I mean, right now it is one of those decks that we saw Minstrel, but on the other hand, also Kewl have not exactly similar, but way better effect to look at the hand and also add a card with the effect of Rotary. It means that feels like a similar strategy quite a bit, right? However, we see normal summon mix, which is not the best starter, to be honest.
No. Important to mention, we didn't see Purulia, because that's also in the main deck, since it's a water monster. And we don't see Droll, we don't see Fuva, no. So maybe Julius and also poor of interruptions right now.
With you believe that we can afford to special summon Ash Blossom here?
Hey. I mean, I don't think... What are you afraid of, honestly, in this matchup? Do you really think they play?
You cannot special summon draw.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, outside of Mulcharmis, I think Impulse is the only other card you would expect as an entrap. So I don't think you should play around, too much else. And soon enough, we'll have the answer, because as you've mentioned, both decks have the ability to look at the end, and that's such a good, part of the deck.
In both ends, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Kultun, have the additional, stacking, let's say, effect of the Q, which is, I think, one of the most powerful effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like it was for Spiral with the drone. But let's see. Ooh, double Kaiju.
And double
Wow.
Poseidra.
Yeah. I mean, bit of a weird end, but it kind of works. Double Kaiju is interesting, because you can also bounce it back. You can do some decent tricks with them. But I mean, no interruptions, no...
The whole point here is just to find a way to bring Ash Blossom, for example.
Yeah, because you don't stop the main play.
Yes, and also Poseidra, if you find a way to stop here from resolving, it's very important. But I think you are going for synchro summoning, but you will get Kaiju, so you have to wait.
Yeah. But again, you have these sort of cute plays that you can make where, I mean, I guess if you have two Kaijus, it doesn't really matter, but you can go for Kaiju and then Poseidra bounce back the Kaiju and Kaiju again. We do see the Glattonus put on top. Definitely a pretty bad draw. Do you like, this is something I've asked Alberto, because I've noticed it's a trend, that when there is the banishing from the extra deck, players just give it without shuffling it. And I think, I'm not sure about you, but I used to, set up my extra deck from lower to higher. And I think, yeah, you should at least shuffle it.
Yeah, and I also had a
There
mini
you go.
ritual.
You see? You take the big one. Now he did shuffle.
Yeah, because the first one he picks.
At least.
So you always had from lower to higher?
Yes.
Based on attack or stars?
Level.
Level?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the deck, because, we are talking when it was synchros and then it became links and then, it changed a bit, but with, usually it's level, rank or whatever. But then also within them it was attack, so it was like pretty well organized. Also based on like 3 offs, 2 offs and 1 offs.
I had it's like, first of all, extra deck monster from the archetype, then dragons,
Ooh, okay.
then good stuff, and
Fair enough. But yeah, here we are. We do get to see, the popular Vanadium.
the Visas Atmatara.
Yeah, the counter trap searched.
And Ash Blossom will be summoned, so we can get it back with remix. And I think that you can Ash Blossom the Teos,
Yeah.
or you can wait for Poseidra to send as a cost the Dragoon. Yeah,
Yeah.
because even if Teos adds, for example, any mermaid, you can still play around it.
Yeah. Overall,
With
yes.
this hand, yeah, you don't
Depends.
scale
Yeah, on what. what you end on for sure, but overall the end, it's gonna be closer than it looks. But with these additional face down cards, let's see. We immediately get back the Ash Blossom, I assume, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you just get guides.
It's gonna be tricky. Also, the top deck doesn't help because again, it was this little fella, the Glattonus level 3 tuner, which you don't really want to draw. You want to summon it off the Coelegant. So the end is, yeah, just 2 Kaijus, 2 Poseidra, Glattonus, and Tius.
I like the Kaiju here, so we can play around that RS.
Mm-hmm.
And we are using the effect of Chaos, discarding Kaiju.
But we have a lot of interruptions still.
I think we don't use as well, yeah.
I mean, you have to do it now if you want to. Let's see. Yeah, we don't, eh? Let's see. So now the last play, pretty much, would be the Poseidra. And yeah, we do have the counter. What do we have? Normal summon, yeah. So we can go into a level 10 synchro.
Have also baby.
Brown. And Matthias, yeah, I don't know, maybe playing it safer than he should. It seems pretty straightforward at this point. You know that the last card, they don't have anything else. They are out of cards now. Yeah, it's synchro, and yeah, that's it. So pretty quick match, all things considered. It has been less than 15 minutes, and we are already heading into the final game. But now it's gonna be Julius and this Atlantean Mermaid deck going first. Will it be stopped? Especially because once you move on to the side deck, you have a lot of help from some pretty oppressive, in a way, you know, very, very strong options. Since at the end of the day, the deck can access pretty much any water, sea serpent, aqua, whatever monster. This is one option that you know, we can see, which is this Testudo Erat Numen. Latin, not Greek, Mike. Latin.
It's
just
Latin.
saying, just saying.
But
and
he's starting in the Greek column.
but still Latin. And on the other hand, we also have another pretty good card, which is the Warlock of the Ice Barrier, which is essentially anti-spell fragrance with legs. And
Warlock is a Greek god. No.
No.
Yes, so the Julius has right now a lot of options for going first. Either Warlock of the Ice Barrier, either Testudo at Numen, and there is also quite a few options that he can access through his side deck.
Yeah, indeed. Especially because as for, I think, every single Mermaid player that I've seen, in game 1 they usually play only 1 Minstrel, but once they move to the side deck they go up to 3 copies, and so a lot of the entrops that you would use against the deck suddenly become a lot weaker, and yeah, that's you know, gonna be even harder to stop Mermaid.
But I think in this matchup you just bring the Testudo at Numen instead of, for example, the Warlock of the Ice Barrier, because you just need to lock your opponent for special summoning monster with 1800 attack and more.
From the one end, yes. From the other end, a lot of the side deck options are also in the form of spells. And for example, Super Polymerization, you can still activate if you're under anti-spell, because they need to activate the drop in the draw phase, no? But if they already control the Warlock, you cannot activate Super Poly.
Yeah, but
because-
what you're
so-
going to bring
No, for example.
Super Poly under the pseudo. So it plays around. already
no,
have the
Mad,
studio.
because 18 or more, 18 included, yeah. Because Garura, I guess. Garura you can. Is it?
It's
15 or is it? No, maybe
no,
not.
it's
No.
15.
Anyways,
You can summon Madragon, but you can summon Garura.
yeah, Garura you can, but
Yeah.
Dragon not because it's spot on 18. Yeah. But anyways, let's see. Julius definitely with the most explosive deck of the two when going first. Question is, are we gonna see some Charmies, Droll? Because
Diddy Crow also that Kewl can play.
Diddy Crow is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. Not sure what we are waiting on. It seems like they are done. Oh, no, okay. It was shuffling just a bit more. I mean, one thing they have is time. Honestly. Let's see. Only one can advance with a 6-0 record. And... Oh, no, he was showing us the cards, but then he started drawing them not on screen. So I think I only saw a copy of the first penguin, maybe. First of all, do we have Purulia? Do we have... Purulia is there! Wow. That hurts a lot against Mermail. No response?
And how do you even play around Purulia?
You know, with what? Oh!
Double Purulia even.
I have a good answer for double Purulia.
You just pass.
No, you activate a card that has to do with the climate, and then you pass. A card played by, you know, Tenpai, let's say that. Do we have that spell? Double Purulia is so
Too much.
good here. Do we see that spell? I don't think we do.
Yeah, it will be already on the field.
Yeah. We don't. Oh, and it's indeed the first penguin. But double Purulia. Oof.
Because under one Purulia, you can afford to just go for Multiglacia, and because you are still in a card advantage.
Yeah.
But right now, it doesn't work to summon it.
Do we ever just pass? No,
I
don't
would
think-
probably.
I don't know. Yeah.
You have to take the bet, otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever gets you there. Because I think it hurts even more at times than Fuva. It's really, really strange. Let's see. Anyways. Wow, we did have Fuva as well. Look at this hand. So many interruptions, so many combo pieces. This is rough. But we did have the Minstrel.
You believe that Fugalos was drawn by the second Purulia or not?
Possibly.
But you still prioritize, I think, Purulia over
I also
Fugalia.
think so in this matchup, yeah. Yeah, you just get back the fish, I guess. Yep. Fish is added back to the end.
Prima Donna has been revealed.
Yeah, I think we are discarding now for the first penguin.
And Dragoon is added to the hunt.
Wow, and we're still committing. Oof. Yeah, that's a lot of draws. We already know that there is at least a Ghost Bell as an additional interruption.
And 2 new cards.
Yeah. We can discard a couple if we want with Mulling Glacier, but funny enough, if you summon Mulling Glacier, you give them 2 cards and then you discard 2, so you accomplish pretty much nothing.
And also, if he has drawn another copy of Harmonia, you lose the battle phase.
But now at least I like that we can play a little bit more from the deck, not giving a draw. And this is what we do. So we are now gonna try and just focus on our extra deck. if we can. The rest of the end was rotary and synchro, I think. Yeah, outside of the Fuvalos. So in reality, yeah, I mean, rotary and synchro are really good, the rest not so much. I mean, at this point, you just gotta go.
You cannot commit to more draws though.
No. Or can you?
Never enough.
I mean, I guess there is a universe in which if you can fully combo off and you can set up both Testudo and the Ice Barrier, maybe they don't have an out.
You believe that he plays both?
He does. I don't know if he brought both in.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
you know, maybe.
If he chooses regarding the matchup.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, usually you would choose depending on the matchup. But, oh, we only go for one.
And also, I don't know how we can special summon the studio at the moment.
Yeah, we only go for one.
Because most of the time we bring it back with Coral Pneumonia, right? From the graveyard, but we have Bell.
Oh yeah, now we just see the usual suspects with the white aura Monoceros.
Monoceros.
No.
It's a Greek word.
No.
Do you count how many cards Matthias has in his hand at this point? Have you count how many cards Matthias has in his hand? 3 plus 2 plus 2.
You only gave a draw, no?
No, 2. Penguin and the pike.
Ah, and the pike. Yeah.
So 3, 5, 7.
But then not at the moment.
Yeah, minus the Harmonia.
Yeah. So 6.
And we know that one of them is Fugalos, so at least he has a dead card.
Yeah, there it is.
The
This
prima
is the key
donna.
card to get access to those tech cards, as it allows you to, first of all, special summon any level 4 or lower monster from deck.
And also shuffling back the Harmonia.
So now we will find out what the card of choice is. I'm gonna have a read.
He's reading the Madonna, right?
No, the House Mountain.
Lancia.
Lancia, yeah. And this is how you also, but I think it's definitely less effective. You can use the Lancia to access the Ice Barrier as well, and so you can set up both. because what it says is that if your opponent special summon a monster, you can special summon the ice barrier. It's of course much less effective because at that point they can use the spells first, and that's why sometimes we see the target being the general, Rayo, which can then discard the card. But I mean, let's just see here what we want to go for.
So the effect of Primadonna.
Yeah, this time it's gonna be the Neptapis. Yeah, Primadonna gets rid of a card, so Matthias will stay on 6. That's a pretty nice interaction. So you can just not return the card you snipe.
With Minstrel.
Yeah. But this is a bit underwhelming at the moment, if that's most of what we are gonna do.
Do you believe that Matthias has drawn another hand trap? Maybe another Harmonia? Because he has drawn 2 new cards we have no info about.
Nah.
He would already utilize it, right?
Yeah, maybe. And that's it. It's a pass. Okay, we start things off with Fualos. Why not?
You never know.
Yeah. There are ways to special, actually.
Yeah, with squad.
So now let's take a look. I see quite a few monsters.
I remember that we had a Rotary in hand.
And Synchro.
And Synchro.
The rest is gone because it was Harmonia, which was sniped, and then the Fuva, which we activated. The Bell, same thing. Is it Synchro? Yeah. That's fine.
So Lancia can activate the effect to special summon from the deck. For example, as you mentioned, the Warlock. But we will still give a draw to Matthias. So Mix has been normal summoned.
Now we can use Lancia.
No.
Ah, no,
It's
when
only
it's specials.
special,
Yeah,
yeah.
true. We need to wait it out. But even then, again, I don't know how much I like it as an interruption, and at least here, that's a really premium one against Cool Tune.
Draw and a pop.
Yep. Big draw, and then we do not have a second copy of Synchro.
The second effect of Peace Rain is very important, because if you have also the infantry, like this case, it's not only that it gives one more draw, but also provides a monster distraction.
Gonna take a read, doesn't wanna mess this one up. And also, most likely, in his mind, he doesn't even know what he's up against, because, you know, you pick up a card, it says special summon an ice barrier, and, you know, it could totally be part of our quiz, what those monsters could do, because there are a lot of ice barriers out there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this. Would you expect... how did we summon Rico?
Yeah.
I think that we have already normal summon with Mix, right? Or am I missing something? Maybe we normal summon mixed with the effect of rotary.
But it was off cam.
Maybe.
Okay. I would assume so, yeah. Whoa. And yeah, here it is, finally.
Since we have already the rotary in hand, I believe it makes perfect sense. Otherwise, there's no way.
I mean,
And we will activate it finally, as you mentioned, Lancia to bring the Rayo.
and this is a draw given from the Fuba. But I don't know, it seems a bit underwhelming to me. A General Rayo, as you can see.
And I think that Heat Wave was drawn through the effect of Abyss Rhine.
Ooh,
Otherwise, I believe that you have
Yeah.
seen.
that was the card I was
Yeah, yeah,
mentioning. That would have been perfect to play around the Borulias. What's interesting about the General Rayo is that it's not once per turn. So that's the only thing you must keep in mind. So every time an effect resolve, an effect monsters, let's say, it will apply its effect.
Yeah, but I think it activates, right? Or not? No.
Seems no,
No,
by
yeah,
the
yeah.
text, but it's an old card, so, you know. I don't think so.
But in any case, we just can find access to RS and
Yeah. There he goes. Synchro summon.
into. So we have Synchro Summon into Latness War.
Mm-hmm.
But
And we get rid of.
mess. Yeah, we get rid of the Neptabis and the Lancia.
And I think the Lancia's effect is only when sent to grave. Let me check. Oh no, leaves the field.
Yeah, but it went to extra deck.
Yeah. Still.
It doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No,
You don't-
it's not like me. It's like Mirror Jade.
Face down.
It went to extra deck.
Eh.
You cannot activate the effect of Lancia.
What?
How do you activate the effect from
Back
the
in
extra
the
deck?
day you could.
New era. You know why? It is due to the latest change.
Yeah. Now.
So you used to play branded, right?
Yeah.
So if a Mirror Jade went to your extra deck, you called effect?
It didn't really happen in that
I'm sure.
format. It was just like mirror matches and then your favorite Swordsel. But I don't know, I didn't see you, even though it was in Greece, I didn't see you in the top cut.
In which
So I wouldn't know, you know. But great
Congratulations on the second place also.
Yeah, thank you so much. Best result. But I mean, I can always say that I have a better result than you at your own national, and that's good enough for me.
Of all
But-
time.
Exactly. But anyways, it comes the handshake, and after what were game 1 and 2 played in just few minutes, they grind it out a bit more in this one, and for the first time it is the player going second that takes the duel. So congratulations to Matthias. But again, not sure when you open up and then your opponent has double Purulia, engine, and even additional entraps to back it up.